Hi, I'm Tom Hintz, owner of NewWoodworker.com. I've got lots of stuff in the shop in the review process, but I tweaked my back the other day, so we're going to take it easy for a day or two. I thought this would be a good time to do I Get Email number 8. This first fellow's got a misconception regarding web cameras. He wrote, I've noticed recently that when I bought my SawStop table saw, you suddenly did a review of it. Before that, I bought a cordless drill and you did a review of that. I think you're watching my shop camera and just copying whatever I do. He says, my grandson says my camera doesn't work like that, but I think he doesn't know everything about it. Are you watching me? The number of emails I get like this is kind of scary, but I still try to play with some of them. I answered this one, you got me. I've been watching and would like to ask you to buy several planers so I can get more of those in my shop for review. Also, quit setting your coffee cup there. A few days later, I got an email from his grandson. He says, Gramps really does think that you're spying on him, and he even started wearing pants whenever he goes in the shop. Grandma says thanks. I'm often surprised at how frequently seemingly rational woodworkers will email me for some sort of life advice. This fellow is in deep with his wife and wanted an outside opinion. A video is going around one of the forums he frequented about a little girl that apparently thought she had no brain. Now this kind of video has landmine written all over it, but this guy found it necessary to email the link to his wife, for now, and preface the link with, now I understand more about you, LOL. As you might suspect, my dim-witted friend is liable to be a correspondent in a legal issue before long. In his zeal to me, he's asking why his wife can't see the humor in which he sent it. I answered saying that while it's clear that the original video is obviously a joke and probably falls well into the cute territory, considering that the girl in it's 3 or 4 years old. However, I was just as sure that sending this to a woman just is not smart in the first place, and then trying to excuse it after the fact of sarcastic humor was doomed from the start. The good news is that I'm pretty sure now who's the one that doesn't have the brain. I posted an item on my site asking what you wanted to see in the future, and this apparently tripped this guy's trigger because he sent the first response. What I want is for you to admit that you don't even have a woodworking shop, we've been there before, and you really work for whatever tool company, didn't like at the time, and sit around an office and make all this bunch of swear words up. I replied that while you're very wrong, it sounds like a way better job than what I've got now. So just in case that tool company is listening, call me. There's a group of people out there that don't like how I do tool reviews, and specifically how I use the tools for those reviews. I've always maintained that I use the tools as they were designed to be used, and that we don't compare a $200 tool to a $2,000 tool, because that's not fair to either one of them or you. As much sense as this makes to me, there are a number of people, including this guy, who think that I am stupid, like that's a first, and that they are right all of the time. No big surprise here either. This guy says, when I pay lots of money for a tool, I get to decide how I'll use it. For that amount of money, nobody's going to tell me that I can't do whatever I want with it. And the maker has to back it up if I break it. If you make enough noise, manufacturers will give me a new one so I don't badmouth their stuff on the internet. I think that's changing. And he says, you need to start testing these tools like we use them, not how the manufacturer says they're supposed to be used. Or your tool reviews are worthless. Could be. I answered, I'm afraid that we'll never agree on this point because common sense and belligerence just never come together. He shot back, you're an a-hole. I answered, okay, so you aren't wrong all of the time. This email came from an 8-year-old boy, and his mother had attached a note saying that she helped him a little bit with the email. His email says, Dad lets me watch him use his machines because I am too small to do it. He says I would get hurt. He said that would make Mommy really mad. Daddy is much bigger than me, but he hurt himself with the chisel and then said a lot of bad words while he's running around the garage looking for something. Mommy came in and fixed his hand and made him go to his room. She added that she made him go sit down because he looked like he was going to faint. I asked Mommy why Dad said I would get hurt because I was too little, but he got hurt and he's real big. Mommy said that's because Daddy's an idiot. She calls him that a lot, so I'm afraid that when I grow up, I'll be an idiot too. Can you teach me how not to be an idiot when I get bigger? I replied, you're doing the right thing right now. Listen to your mother. You have to listen to your dad too, but when they both tell you something, go with your mother just to be safe. That will show you that you aren't turning out to be an idiot and you'll grow up just fine. And if you remember all this stuff, marriage will be a much happier place for you when you grow up.